Inside the packaging, you should find your optics hub housing. There is a hardware kit that includes a 1/4 by 20 pan head for securely mounting your spying scope to the optics hub. There are also 2 different size nylon tip set screws, also in a 1/4 by 20 camera thread. First, select which spying scope you intend on placing inside the optics hub. The KDG optics hub is designed to be ideal for use with the loopholed Mark IV and 151 spying scope standard to the American Armed Forces. It can, however, be used for a wide array of other commercial spying scopes. If used with the military Mark IV, you can use it with or without the issued fabric scope cover. Pick up spying scope and slide it into the optics hub. Note that there's a threaded insert on the bottom of the spying scope that will correspond with one of the several indexing points on the bottom of the optics hub. Slide the spying scope forward and back until you align the threaded insert on the spying scope to the threaded insert pass-through on the optics hub. You can have it slid forward or aft. It's up to the user to determine where he wants his spying scope to sit inside the housing. Once you have determined the placement of your spying scope inside the optics hub, pick up a 5/32 Allen wrench and the large 1/4 by 20 pan head screw included in the kit. Apply thread locker and drop into the recessed pocket that corresponds with the placement of the screw hole. Once the 1/4 by 20 pan head screw is all the way in hand tight, proceed to tighten a 1/4 to a 1/2 turn until the screw is snug in the housing. Be careful not to over torque and strip out the threads of your spying scope. Next, using a 1/8 Allen wrench, pick up one of the small nylon tip set screws and apply a thread locker. Insert the set screw immediately in front of the lock screw and tighten all the way down until snug and then a 1/4 turn past. This set screw engages the slot cut out in the bottom of the spying scope, common to many spying scopes and cameras, and allows the spying scope to be locked into the housing so there's no left or right wiggle. If desired, the remaining longer nylon tip set screws can be used to engage the side threaded points to further stabilize the spying scope inside the optics hub. Due to the limitations of windage and elevation of some red dot optics and laser rangefinders, the user may have issues with properly co-aligning the center focal point of the spying scope with the focal point of the red dot or laser. The optic can be zeroed inside the optics hub by loosening some of the set screws, loosening the mounting screw, and also adding additional set screws so that the spying scope can't up, down, left, right to properly co-align with those optics. Once your spying scope is properly mounted and aligned inside the optics hub, next select your camera shoe for mounting onto your tripod. There are several 1/4 by 20 thread points where you can mount any standard photography tripod camera shoe. Alternatively, your camera shoe can be applied anywhere that there is a 1/4 by 20 threaded insert, such as on the side of the spying scope. Another option available to the user is to use aftermarket Picatinny rail sections that will bolt directly onto the 1/4 by 20 threaded inserts, either along the bottom of the optics hub or along the sides. Accessories can be added using the standard M-lock slots located around the spying scope optics hub. Using a standard Magpul Picatinny rail section, install as you would on a standard rifle handguard. KDG recommends using aluminum Picatinny rail when mounting to the M-lock slots if adding a laser rangefinder or other optic. Try to mount the Picatinny rail section in line with the objective, if possible. Miniature red dot optics can be mounted to the 12 o'clock position and then co-aligned to the center focal point of the spying scope. Zero the red dot sight to match the center focal point of the spying scope or the reticle of said spying scope. This allows the end user to get on target faster by searching out the target with the naked eye, putting the red dot onto the target, and then immediately transitioning to the spying scope. There are two quick-detach sling swivel sockets located on either side of the spying scope housing at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. This allows any standard rifle sling to be attached to the optics hub to either retain the optic from loss or to conjoin the optics hub to your tripod.